transparency again on an industry that literally survives off of secrets. We're here today to show you the transparency that the industry never want you to see. They never ever want you to see this. So please stay with us on the live stream and witness what happens here today. This is a slaughterhouse. They kill cows at this very facility that we're creeping up on right now. Now guys, first disclaimer that we're not here to cause alarm, harassment, distress, or any form of intimidation. We're here today under our right to legal protest, our right to assembly and freedom of speech for these dear animals who are being executed at this very facility that we're walking around the corner on right now. Now there are no animals here. Right, you might be able to get into the layerage. You might be able to get into the layerage. Let's get this up. Let's see if the layerage is open. Okay, have a go. See if you can see. See if the layerage is open. We might be able to get over and see the animals before the camera's not facing on us. We might be able to just get the layerage in there just quickly so everyone can see. What you're looking at right now is a waiting room here at a slaughterhouse in the UK for these animals. They're coming in here today to die for optional products. Now our second disclaimer is that we are not here to cause any extra alarm, harassment, distress. We're not here to clash with non-vegans. We're not here to point fingers at non-vegans and say that you're a bad person and we're better than you because you're not vegan. We're here today to come alongside you to show you the industries that have lied to you. Right, we're going to get ourselves all set up because I really believe that we're close to trucks coming in today. So guys, when you come into this live chat, the things that we need you to do, first of all, you have to subscribe to chat. So subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're already vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're a kind person. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat if defending animals triggers you. Please double tap the live stream. We need to get 100 likes within the next 15 minutes before the next truck comes so that the animals can be seen. Please remember that we're only here today for education and transparency. We are not here to judge or to clash. Put your questions and comments in the live stream because we will be getting around to answering them. We're here today to show you the truth, nothing more. All good? All good, cool. Okay guys, our disclaimers, I really want to make sure these disclaimers are heard. We're not here to cause alarm, harassment, distress, or intimidation. We're here under our rightful, lawful ability to have our freedom of speech. Today we're defending animals outside of a slaughterhouse that executes cows. Now, did you know some simple facts? Cows from the dairy industry and cows from the meat industry are 2 different breeds of cow. Dairy cows were exploited for their breast milk and meat cows were exploited for their body parts. Subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations. And subscribe and put 3 in the chat if defending animals triggers you. Please double tap the live stream. We need 100 likes as fast as possible in here. Remember today we're here to defend animals. Now these dairy cows who are coming here today, they are mothers. Over 20% of dairy cows going to a slaughterhouse are already pregnant when they come to a slaughterhouse because they are exploited on their breast milk and then how much they weigh at the time of death. So a lot of farmers will have them pregnant as they come to the slaughterhouse because they're worth more in profit. Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to why we're here. And subscribe and put 3 in the chat if being kind to animals triggers you. Double tap the live stream. Please like, share, subscribe. Share this on your socials if you can as well. We need as many people in these live chats as we can so when the animals come here today that you can see them. Now I want you to notice how hard the industry works at keeping this a secret. When you come here, we have fencing, we have netting on the fencing, everything's screened off. We have 16-foot spike fences, CCTV. Any minute now, when the security realize that we're here, the security will be out and they'll turn this electric gate onto a manual gate so they can push it and pull it a lot faster so that the animals remain hidden. Now, why do they want the animals to remain hidden? I'll explain once you've subscribed and put 1 in the chat and let us know if you're vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat and let us know if you are not vegan but you're a kind person, and subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you are triggered by people being kind to animals. Double tap the live stream. Please like, share, subscribe.
People are saying cows are not killed for dairy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, cows are directly killed for dairy. And if you want to see and understand more, then go into the link in the description of this live stream and click on the link tree. Go to the top documentary called Dominion and go and see the truth for yourself. The dairy industry is a standalone industry. Do you think maybe we should put the umbrella over to keep the equipment
Just
cold?
keep it on there whilst I grab it.
The dairy industry is a standalone industry. Dairy cows have pregnancies forced on them. They carry their baby for 9 months. When their babies are born, whether their babies are male or female, they will be removed from their mums. Every dairy industry does this, whether you're looking at a small holding, local, free range, organic, factory farm, whatever slave situation, in my opinion, you want to put it under, no matter what you think happens, they are all forced pregnant and they all have their babies removed. I'll tell you more after you subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan and being kind to animals upsets you. Double tap the live. We need as many likes on this live stream as possible. You got a question?
I just want to say a shout out to all the activists in the live stream right now. I can see you're here. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Keep asking people to like this live stream. As we are aware now, the likes is what gets the algorithm pushed out. We're on 16 likes on this one.
Yeah, let's get into 50 likes before 11 o'clock, before the first truck turns up here. Now, usually when we come at this time, there are trucks already behind. Now, there's no trucks in there today, which means that either they've not come yet or they've come and they're gone and we're waiting for the second wave. But most importantly of all, we need the room to be full so you can see the animals when they come in. Anyone who thinks the dairy industry is just cows eating grass and producing milk, just critically think about it for a second. Cows are mammals. Why would they produce breast milk? The same as female women. The only reason why females produce breast milk in mammal species is for their offspring. But we take it, we steal it, and when it's no longer of use to us, when they can no longer produce enough milk, they're sent to the slaughterhouse to be murdered.
Will everyone April put, why are you guys protesting in the same place?
We're here because we're applying pressure consistently to this slaughterhouse. We're here because it brings up the issue of the dairy industry, and the dairy industry, in my opinion and Mel's opinion too, is one of the most effective industries to highlight to turn people vegan because it cuts out the vegetarian. And what I mean by that is a lot of people think that they go ethically vegetarian because they don't want to hurt animals, but actually they don't understand that the dairy industry and the egg industry are standalone industries. I'm going to tell you more in a second. Subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're a kind person. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you are triggered by people being kind to animals. Please double tap the live stream, like, share, subscribe, share on all your socials. Yeah, go on.
We've got a lot of people saying burger. A lot of people are talking about vegan burgers right now in the chat.
Yeah, I want to go back to the first thing though. Like, what was the first question that I was answering halfway through?
Why you're protesting in the same spot.
Yeah, we're here. We go all over the UK to highlight the injustice. Doesn't matter where we go, the slaughterhouses are the same. Whether they're killing cows, whether they're killing pigs, whether they're killing chicken, whether they're killing fish. Doesn't matter where we go, no matter what slaughterhouse, whether it's standard slaughterhouse, halal slaughterhouse, whatever slaughterhouse you want to think of, the injustice for the victim is the same. Their life is being taken. So it doesn't matter where we go. We always bring the same message. Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're a kind person and you're wondering why vegans are outside of a slaughterhouse live. Please double tap the live stream, subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you're triggered by people being kind to animals. Now, what was the thing? People were saying vegan burgers.
Everyone's saying burger, burger, burger. I don't know why everyone's talking about vegan burgers in the chat.
Yeah, just get vegan. But when you say things like bacon sandwiches, burgers though, I love my chicken, I love my steak, do you actually even understand the violence that you're defending? Do you understand what you stand for in that moment when you put them comments? You are standing for an industry that literally victimizes, commodifies and oppresses individuals who are having a subjective experience of their life, who can't defend themselves. You're effectively murdering vulnerable childlike beings who have no hope of ever being free the whole time that people view what happens to them is acceptable. The only way that this violence towards them ever stops is by people stopping the nonsense comments and actually critically thinking about the issue we're trying to raise.
Percival put, Mel and Steve, if I'm not vegan by now, it's way past time that I was. Once you know what you know, you can't unknow it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Once you know, you can't unknow. And this is exactly why we're here. Thank you for that comment, Percival. We're here to bring the education to the public because once you've seen it, once you've heard it, once you know it, you can't unknow it. When you come on this live stream and we say day-old chicks go inside of a blender for the egg industry, there we go, there we go. He's just flicked it over onto manual. So one of the high-vis people are here now. If they flick this gate onto manual, that means that animals are coming. It means that they now can run this gate manually to get the animals in faster so that the public can't see. But once you do see, once you do know, like I was saying, day-old chicks in the egg industry blended up alive, 6-month-old piglets inside of a gas chamber for bacon sandwiches, mother cows having pregnancy forced on them, 20% of dairy cows, by the way, inside slaughterhouses pregnant, having babies cut out of their stomachs to die on the kill floor. This one? Yeah, cool, let's swap in.
There you go, yeah. Got it? All right, guys, please subscribe to put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe to put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded, but not vegan yet. Subscribe to put 3 in the chat. If you are anti-vegan or speciesist against animals, that's a form of racism. Okay, if you're not vegan, you are being racist towards the animals. The word is speciesism. Please defend animals. We are not here to hate on you. We're not here to clash with you. We're here purely to show you the truth and show you what's happening. The reason is that why we have a duty to show you the truth is because these industries lie to you. They are lying to you through propaganda, marketing, and you're believing it, okay? Subscribe at the top of this live stream. There's a subscribe button, and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded, but you are not vegan yet. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. I'm at a slaughterhouse. Behind me, they are killing cows from the dairy industry and the beef industry. In the beef industry, those cows are about 18 months old when they get sentenced to a slaughterhouse to be killed. So a lot of farmers will say things like, oh, but free-range organic, oh, we love our animals. And if you ever see animals in the field, oh, they're having a great life, is no, they're not. They're all going to a slaughterhouse as babies. Subscribe at the top of this live stream and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe at the top of this live stream, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe at the top and put 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. Please like this live stream, share and comment.
Where can people go to see more if they want to see more?
Yeah, go to our link in our description, which is the right-hand corner of this live stream. There's 3 dots. Tap on that, watch Dominion on YouTube to see inside a slaughterhouse, to see inside these places that are hidden from you. Don't forget, we're here filming. We're filming something that they only want to hide. They want to hide this. They want to do this evil thing in the darkness. And right now they're mugging you off and they're stealing your money to make sure that you pay their wages through marketing, advertising, the corruption of the RSPCA Assure scheme. I'm at a slaughterhouse right now. Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan.
What do you think of a comment like this? Eligav74 says, I'm fine if you're vegan, but I'm not vegan and I never will be.
Yeah, of course you're fine. We're not talking about you, but the animals are not fine, are they? Why do you want to live your life where you're an animal abuser? Why do you want to leave a legacy behind where, because you lived, animals are screaming for their lives inside gas chambers right now? We've got Chip who's outside a gas chamber now. We've got John outside a gas chamber right now. We're outside a slaughterhouse where they kill cows from the dairy industry and the beef industry. Why would you want to oppress someone else when you can just choose not to? Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe at the top and put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream. Keep liking this live stream, guys.
Brian Patterson says, people make their own choices to be vegan or to eat animals. This is just you two trying to control what people eat. It's not up to you people. No animal gets coal and put on people's plates.
You know what? You're not making your own choice though, that's the whole thing. You're not actually making your own choice. You're making the choice they want you to make. You've been lied to with propaganda and marketing, so you're not even making your own conscious choice. You've been brainwashed to make a choice that is violent. If you were here with a knife and I was like, right, stab this dog in the throat, would you do that? You likely wouldn't. Most people wouldn't do that unless you're an absolute psychopath, but most people are not. Most people are number 2 who just don't know the industries. I used to pay for this as well, so I'm not here to judge you, but I am here to tell you the truth and I am here to tell you the reality. I'm not gonna be a politician and jump around it to make you feel better about paying for something, but the reality is if you're not vegan, you are paying for the mutilation, the kidnap, the rape without the G, the violence and the murder that happens to these dear animals, the experimentations that happens to animals, bullfighting if you're not. If a lot of people are against bullfighting, please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream, like, share and comment. Keep liking this live. The likes is what get this out. I'm at a slaughterhouse, okay? Behind me they are killing grieving mothers from the dairy industry. Every single cow in the dairy industry has their baby taken away from them and they're all killed because humans are drinking the breast milk intended for a baby cow. If you don't think that you have been brainwashed and you're making your own choices, you're a human. No human would ever intentionally
What is going on?
drink cow's milk or drink dog milk or drink cat milk or tiger milk. It's because they've taken a gentle animal and they've commodified them and used them and genetically modified them to grow so big and have so much milk that you're stealing their breast milk.
Willie Von April says, We never force ourselves on animals. What the fuck?
You actually do. If you're not vegan, you are forcing a knife down their throat. Animal farmers actually force themselves inside the animals to make them pregnant. Did you know that? Did you know in the dairy industry, every single cow gets forcibly impregnated? Every single pig, chicken, everyone gets forcibly impregnated. Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but you're not vegan yet. Subscribe at the top and put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, keep liking this live stream. Yet it's not your fault, by the way, that you don't know this, but cows get put into a cattle crush where they can't escape. It's a cage that goes around them and their head gets locked in. They can't move left and right, they can't get forward, but the farmer has access to her back end. What he does is he puts his entire arm inside of her, or she puts his entire arm inside of her and injects her with bull semen with a metal rod to make her pregnant. They forcibly breed these animals into existence. Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe is at the top of the live stream, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the like, keep liking this live.
Anyone who's come onto the live stream, where are you? What are you doing?
I'm at a slaughterhouse right now. Behind me, they're killing cows from the dairy industry and the beef industry. Cows from the dairy industry and the beef industry are 2 different breeds of cows. Just like chickens that lay eggs and chickens genetically modified for flesh, they're 2 different breeds. Did you know that in the chicken industry, the egg industry, all the male chicks, they are classed as a waste product. They're not profitable to the farmer, so what they do is they kill them on day 1 of life. Cute little male chicks just opened up their eyes and now they're getting dropped into a blender alive because people are paying for eggs.
In God we trust. Thank you for your comment. They put, has capitalism harmed the farming industry with huge supermarkets wasting a lot of quote unquote products? Do you think local farms and local allotments could solve the problem in the industry?
It's not about local, it's not about whatever, it's all the same. It's all standard practice is what we're talking about. These are local animal farmers we're talking about. When you see a local farm and a big farm, you can't tell the difference. They look the same. To someone they're local, to someone else they're big, to someone else they're small. We've investigated these places. It's all horrific. Guys, please put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please subscribe. Animals are coming in right now. I'm gonna film them coming in right now. These dear, beautiful animals who didn't do anything wrong.
Oh my God.
I actually can't believe this is happening.
Oh my God, I can see, can you see her? Jesus, oh no. Oh no.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
Disgust.
Oh
I'm
God.
so, look at all their little faces. All their little faces begging for help. They need to be liberated. I'm so sorry, babies. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. See how they don't want to turn in because the gate's not open yet? I'm so sorry, babies.
How evil are we? How evil
Look.
are we?
Little angels, they're angels. They're going to be inside this place, going to be stabbed today. I'm so sorry. We love you. We're not like these people. Oh, babies, I'm so sorry. Hey, baby. Hi, baby. I know. I love you, and I'm sorry. How do you live with yourself? What made you such a weak person? What made you an absolute disgrace? What a weak individual to be working here. There's animals on that truck right now looking out. The last moments looking out. And for help. This is why we're here. We're here to defend them. We're here to defend them. We're not here for our own gain. We're here purely because individuals are going into a slaughterhouse to be stabbed, to be killed because people are drinking breast milk, eating burgers made from someone else's flesh. Absolutely disgusting. Please subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. The truck's reversing now. They're about to be taken into a lairage. This is a slaughterhouse. You've just joined this live stream. This is a slaughterhouse. You can see the animals. Oh my gosh. Breaks my heart so much. It breaks my heart so much. They're no different to our little bear, our little dog at home looking out at us for help. I can't help them. I can't save them. I'm too late for them already. Please put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe. Put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe. And put 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. What you're witnessing right now is inside of a slaughterhouse. You're witnessing a truck full of victims, slaves. This is the animal slavery. This is animal slavery. They're going to be unloaded in a moment. We're going to film the unloading. They're going to be unloaded into a layerage, which is a dungeon, where they'll await until they get called onto the call floor and forced onto the kill floor, where they'll have a bolt gun shoved in their face through their skull. And then they'll have their neck sliced open. They'll hang upside down. They'll bleed to death through the hole in their neck. Don't forget, the bolt gun is not for the animals, it's for the workers, to make this safer for the workers. The animals still feel everything. They'll be conscious when they have their neck sliced open. They'll be conscious when they have their skin ripped off their bodies. 20% of cows that go to slaughter are still pregnant. They're still pregnant. How can we do this? How is this even happening? Please subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, keep liking this live, share and comment. How do you live with yourself? How do you live with yourself? Do you not go to bed at night listening to their cries, seeing their sweet angelic faces? They are like children. How do you stab someone in the throat? How do you knowingly stab someone to death? How could you? They look out for us for protection and you betray them. Stabbing individuals in the throat. How could anyone with a brain do that to somebody else? These animals, their only crime was being born into a body different to yours. Look at their little noses at the top. Look at their little noses. Shame on you, scumbag. Scumbag. Was he sharpening the knife as he was walking past that gate? Don't know. All these cows will experience a knife in the throat today. They will experience their head decapitated today. Look at them looking out for help. Please subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Please subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. I'm so sorry that our species exists. I'm so sorry that people use excuses to hurt you when they can just be vegan and stop. I'm so sorry. When good people know, when good people see this, they go vegan. They don't continue exploiting animals. Good people don't make excuses for violence. Take action. Live vegan. Differ, Steve, another truck. Another truck's coming in. How many more? So many victims, so many victims.
Oh, God.
This is the really tall one. Should we switch?
Yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's going well fast. Oh, fucking hell.
Whoa, careful. Gosh, another truck.
Tell him to slow the fuck down. What's he driving with animals like that for? Sort these fucking drivers out driving around like that. Who do you think you are? Go and have a fucking word with them. Driving in like that. How dangerous is that for them animals? You think that that's okay? You think that that's okay? Do you think it's okay that he drives like a fucking maniac with them animals in there? Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on the industry. The world will see your face. The world will know who you are. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Do you see how fast he was driving in?
Yeah,
Fucking drove in there like an absolute lunatic. Then poor animals in their last moments of life
They're coming
being
off the
driven in
truck.
like a fucking rally driver because they just don't want the public seeing the truth. Because they want to keep their fucking evil secrets hidden. Subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan and you're not a fucking maniac like people who work here. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded to why we're here, live streaming outside of a slaughterhouse. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you're triggered by people being kind to animals. Wait, when that guy comes back, I'm gonna film. I wanna get that registration number. I'm reporting into the fucking authorities. That's absolutely horrific. Terrible. Terrible. Poor animals, even in the last moments, they get 0 respect, they get 0 consideration, they get laughed and mocked. Absolutely disgraceful. Why does the industry want to keep this hidden from you so much? Because when good people see this, they go vegan. Nobody wants to be responsible for innocent animals having their throats slashed open and their friends and family taken away. The animals that you're witnessing walking off the back of that truck right now are walking into a slaughterhouse. They make them walk to their deaths as their last moments, last bit of sun on their back, last little bit of breeze, last little bit of air. That's it. Once they go inside that building, they come out chopped up, packaged up and sent to supermarkets. Subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you are triggered by people saying that we should be kind to animals. Double tap the live stream. What you're witnessing right now are cows from the dairy industry and cows from the meat industry going inside of a slaughterhouse to be executed and murdered for optional products that you do not need. Taste pleasure, social pressure, religion, culture, any other nonsense excuse does not hold up to this. You would not accept them excuses if you were the one facing the knife today. And that's the reality for the animals on these trucks. They will face a knife today. Imagine that. Imagine waking up today knowing that your life will be ended by being murdered by someone with a knife. And not only that, people will just stand by and willingly let it happen. People will actually hear about this and continue to do it. There are some people in this live stream chat changing. What's going on?
What the hell?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are they all running off? Are they falling? Did they fall then or are they just running?
I don't know, I can't see properly, but
did
yeah,
them cows fall off or did they, like, what happened? Subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan, if you're a triggered crybaby troll who can't handle it, then when people say we should stop oppressing animals. Double tap the live stream, like, share and subscribe. Share this on your socials. Let the world see this evil. Let the world see these animals on their last moments. It sounds like the ground's unstable that they're walking in on. It doesn't sound right to me.
I think they're coming in from a really steep position at the top.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I think you're right. They're falling down. Cows struggle to walk down.
I think you're right. It's too steep. This atrocity needs to end, and the only way this atrocity ends is by people going vegan. We need to highlight the industry. We need to highlight the people who work in it. We need to highlight the evil that it commits to the most innocent, vulnerable, childlike beings. Everybody should walk in shame who has anything to do with this industry. They should absolutely be ousted. They should be ostracized. They should be known by the world as the people who willingly stood by in these places of evil and done nothing the whole time innocent animals were being executed. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, but subscribe. Subscribe and 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, you're open-minded to it. Subscribe and put 3 in the chat if it triggers you when we say you shouldn't hurt animals. Double tap the live stream, share on your socials. Go to the link in the description, go to the link tree, go to the top link and watch Dominion. Dominion will show you exactly what these cows are about to go through this afternoon. And then go underneath that one and watch Pignorant. Go and watch what happens to pigs in the pig industry. Did you know that we have gas chambers here in the UK? Did you know they use CO2 gas to kill the majority of pigs and chickens? These dear animals walking off to their last moments. It's so surreal sometimes. We've been doing this now for well over a year, every single week, 2 or 3 times a week, and I still witness animals walking off of these trucks.
Shouting out
and
the
I still think that I
now.
can't believe that they're going to be executed. I can't believe they're going to be killed. Who the hell could stab these innocent, defenseless animals to death? Who could put the knife in? Who could walk them to the kill floor? Who could deceive them so much? Who could betray the innocence of an animal so much? If you don't like what you're hearing, then stop being part of it. Be vegan. Smell of death. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, mate. Good for you. Good for you. This is the absolute smell of death. 100%.
Yeah.
So the smell of death, and if we can smell the smell of death, imagine what it's like for the cows. They smell 5 miles away. This is why there's so much defecation on the floor, because when they turn up, they're absolutely in terrorized, fear-induced terror. They just literally defecate everywhere. 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're a kind person. Subscribe, and 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream. The response from that person walking past is exactly right. Smell of death. That person there used to go to the ports and stop the live exports. See, more and more people are standing up for animals. More and more people are doing the right thing. Evil will only prevail when good people stand by. And now we've got loads of people not standing by. History will know the people who stood by and done nothing. And history will know the people who actually did more than that and was part of it. What side of it do you want to be on? Do you want to be known as the people who oppressed innocent, vulnerable animals? Or do you want to be known as one of the people who stood up against the mainstream, stood up against the status quo, took your personal accountability of that violence away and went vegan?
I can see the person in there
He's
now.
the one, yeah.
I can see the person in here getting the last animals out of the back. This is their last moments.
Absolutely horrific. Now, these animals will be exploited for various reasons, for their breast milk or for their body parts. Two different breeds of cows, though. Dairy cows and beef cows or meat cows are two different breeds of cows. These cows look like, is there a mix of cows on there, or is it all beef cows on there?
Looks like a mix, I think. I think mostly beef cows.
Absolutely horrific. This is such a heartbreaking injustice to see these animals. These animals, by the way, have the same desire to live as you do. They don't want to be killed. They have friends, they have family. They have very complex social structures, cows do. They have best friends. They're very maternal animals. They're loving animals. We spend so much time thinking what's different between us and them as a reason to exploit them, rather than just stopping for 2 seconds and realizing what's similar and use that as a reason to leave them alone and realize that they're here with us, not for us. Subscribe and put 1 in the chat. If you're vegan, subscribe and put 2 in the chat. If you're not vegan but you're a kind person wondering why we're here today, subscribe and put 3 in the chat. If being kind to cows and pigs and chickens upsets you, double tap the live stream. Please share on your socials. Our objective today is to get the animals seen and to get the message out there. The message being that everyone needs to be vegan as a matter of urgency today, right now. No baby steps, no thinking about it. No, that's interesting. Everybody right now who's listening to my voice right now needs to go vegan this very second. Subscribe and put 1 in the chat if you've done that. Subscribe and put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're a kind person and you're going vegan today. And subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you are against helping defenseless baby animals. Double tap the live stream. We're here today to give you the transparency that the industry won't, and I hope you're seeing this right now. I hope you're seeing the secrecy that the industry has to put on it. Do you see how quickly they rushed the trucks in? This guy had the gate half open, so